What you just saw was the performance of arguably the fastest Rubik's Cube solver and the legend himself, Max Park. If you've ever gotten into cubing, you probably already know who Max Park is. With his sweet personality and so many hardships he had to go through, Max and his parents worked their way through to the top. Hi, I'm Rumi from Rubik's Cubing. So sit back, relax, maybe get some popcorn, just a little bit though because the video isn't that long. And action! So I asked my own subscribers on the Rubik's Cubing community page to describe Max Park in one sentence. Eddie Cubing said Max Park is second, third in the world in 3x3 average, and that's a fact. If somebody appears faking a solve in 0 seconds, well, Max is the one who'll be sub-zero. And the legend himself, Leo Borromeo, said inspirational. And if I were to put Max Park in my own words, well, that's what the next few minutes are all about. There's a lot of things we take for granted in our life, and sometimes let the tiniest of inconveniences guide our life. We tend to forget that as humans, nobody is perfect. Have you ever had a handshake? Ever pointed at things? These things were not so natural for Max. Max was diagnosed with moderate to severe autism when he was 2 years old. His motor skills were severely impaired. When he was still young, he had trouble opening water bottles. His parents saw a Rubik's Cube around the house, which Max had started showing interest in. This was perfect, because you see, in the world of autism, what you need to work on the most is socialization. Of course, solving a Rubik's Cube in a way addressed almost all of his differences. For one, turning a Rubik's Cube would be working on his motor skills, and then there's another really important aspect of cubing: competitions. Park's parents took him to cubing competitions, which would in turn help teach young Max how to stand in line, wait for his own turn, and look directly at someone and say, "I'm ready." These were massive milestones for Max. Things which are considered normal for us wasn't also easy for Max. For example, when he got an award and had to shake hands, he just couldn't do it. His parents and him practiced these things just as much as they practiced cubing. I genuinely believe Max's parents were a huge factor in his life. They did all they could. His mother, Mickey Park, was the one who taught Max how to solve the cube, if I remember correctly. She had learned how to solve the cube just to teach Max. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Max getting better at cubing wasn't even the main goal of teaching him. It was simply an afterthought. The support his parents gave him is so very heartwarming. Max grew and learned a lot of things as the years passed, and we were very proud of you, Max. Up until Max Park had hit the cubing scene, nobody had come even close to beating Feliks Zemdegs. Feliks was a phenomenon of his own. I've made an entire video dedicated to him. Imagine you're Feliks Zemdegs, just chilling in your room being the best cuber in the world. And then you see this random video pop up of some kid solving a 4x4. This might not seem that big of a deal to you, but let me finish my sentence. You see this random video pop up of some kid solving a 4x4 one-handed, and in 47 seconds.
What the heck?
You just couldn't believe it. And you can't blame him. I wouldn't either. Turns out that random kid was none other than our own Max. On his second ever competition, Max won at the age of 10. This was a pretty big deal because he was competing against college graduates from MIT and Caltech. It was so surprising, in fact, that his parents thought it was a mistake. Max would go on to become faster and faster, and not just on the traditional 3x3 cubes, he was getting fast on 4x4, 5x5, and 6x6 alongside. Not to mention how ridiculously good he was getting at one-handed solving. Okay, so I'll set you another example. Imagine this. You're Feliks Zemdegs again. You've held the 3x3 one-handed record of
6.88
seconds for
almost 4.5
years. Then the same random kid who solved the 4x4 one-handed casually beats your world record. That's so crazy to think about. Max shook up the world when he started getting better. He started getting sponsored to travel all over the world, which was completely new territory for his parents. Before I continue, quick word from sponsor! Me, because I'm making this video in the middle of my 12th grade board exams. It is so easy to subscribe and you can unsub whenever you want. So a quick like and a sub would be some more motivation for me and literally costs you nothing. Okay, back to Max Park. So Max has broken a lot of world records, so I could go on and talk about each one of them. I'm just gonna let the cubing speak for itself. Damn, this Max guy seems pretty good. He should start competing in Rubik's Cube competitions, I don't know. Also, I don't think I mentioned this before, but him and Feliks are good friends and even have their own Netflix documentary. You should totally check it out. Hey, the video is over, I think. I don't know, I just wanted to talk one-on-one, but didn't think it's worth an entire video of its own. I've been preparing for my entrance exams for a long time now, and as much as I wanted to make videos, I just didn't have the spark in me, nor the time. You miss me? No? That's not nice. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you is that depending on how I do on these exams, either I'll have quite some time on my hands to make videos like this one, or I'll have to prepare for the same entrance test for another year, potentially. I'm not gonna go over the details of how this works, but what I will let you know is that after I'm done, I'll post an update video clarifying where the channel is headed. Anyway, thank you for all 1,400 something for still being here. Bye.